All right, guys, today we're checking out the VIPCOO H3 mini electric dirt bike. All right, it's non-stop mini electric dirt bike season on the channel. Here's the latest bike that we're reviewing. It's called the VIPCOO. I think that's how you pronounce it. H3. It just sits a little bit higher than most of the mini electric dirt bikes. You could easily modify that with a shorter shock if you wanted to. Otherwise, all the other features on this bike look pretty standard. So let's just go through it. Here we have the 12-inch off-road tires, moto-style brake, large rotor. Got the mud guard over here, moto-style saddle seat, fender. Looks like we have a 3,500 watt peak mid-drive motor, and the motor is a direct drive system that goes into this large rear sprocket over here. So plenty of torque to get the wheel up. All right, so to access the battery, you unscrew the knob down there, then you pull this plate out. For power, we have a 48 volt, 23 amp hour battery, which is pretty standard for this category of e-bike. So to put the plate back on, just slide the plate through the slots over here, push down. We do have a rear suspension shock over here. Looks pretty generic, but you do have a preload adjustment right here. You have a charging port accessible on the side. Here we have a 14-inch front off-road tire. Again, very typical for this category of e-bike. Integrated front fender, number plate, moto-style hydraulic disc brakes in the front suspension fork with the fork guards. We'll turn the ignition key on. You have our ergonomic rubber grip. You have the horn button. You do have signal switch, so you have left, right there, very bright. And when you squeeze the brakes, lights up, very nice. So if you hit this button, you get the hazards to turn on. So you also have signals on the front headlight as well, and the front headlight is super bright, so you'll definitely be visible when riding. Now we kind of have a standard left-mounted LCD display, pretty basic. You have 3 different power modes, so 1, 2, 3, and then you have a full twist throttle. And the total weight of this bike is 125 pounds. So now that we've gone over all the features of the VIPCOO H3, let's take it out for its first ride.
3, 2, 1. Strong start. Might actually catch up to this car. Uh-oh. 30 mile an hour already, not bad. Kind of feels like it hit a wall though. Oh, here we go. Maybe if I tuck down, it'll get faster. Oh yeah, it's getting faster. 30, we got 2 miles an hour from tucking. Oh yeah. I think that's all she got though. Let's see how she does on the downhill. Fully tucked. 33. 35, please, come on. Come on, 35. I think I hit it for like a split second. That's all we got though. All right. Not bad though. Not bad. In 3, 2, 1, go. You know, until it hits about 20, it pulls pretty good. Then right about 20, it feels like it hits a wall. I wonder if it's a gearing thing or if that's just all she wrote. But 27, 28 uphill, I mean, that's respectable. As long as it, you know, going over 25 uphill is a major accomplishment for a lot of these bikes. But yeah, it gets right up to 30 uphill, no problem. So slight grade really isn't a problem for it, which is nice to hear for once. But just, I don't know, it sounds like it could be spinning more RPMs. But hey, functionality is functionality. All right, so the first ride on the VIPCOO, we're gonna call it the VIPCOO H3 and not to be confused with the Hummer. First glance, it looks nice. The rear suspension is pretty stiff, but that's good because you don't want it to bottom out when you jump. The front could be stiffer. So I have about I wanna say around a 32-inch inseam. I might be a little bit taller than that, but you know, I can stand up flat foot on the bike, but it still fits relatively well. And my knees are not wadded up into my chest, which is nice. And I can turn the handlebars without the handlebars hitting my legs, which is huge, especially for like a mini bike. To disengage the parking brake, you just got to tap the brake sensor. And Rick swapped the sensor so that it's not on this side anymore. It's over on this side. Let's get right into it. So in mode 1, it's still pretty quick. Like most of the mode 1s are pretty useless on these bikes. but I mean, it's got some pickup to it. It's definitely not super slow. It's just limited top speed. You can tell as soon as it hits 21 kilometers an hour, whatever that is, it falls right on its face, which is perfect. That's what we want. So kicking up into mode 2 real quick. Okay, a little bit more torque. We'll pick up the front tire a little bit with a little bit of help. And overall, the tune feels good. It's really smooth. We checked out the controller when we swapped the brake sensor, and we couldn't tell what kind of controller it was. But yeah, mode 2 has some pretty good pickup, and it looks like it goes over 30 kilometers an hour. So let's go into mode 3 here. Mode 3 will pick up the tire on its own without any help. I'm sure if I come to a complete stop here. Yep, that's just the bike, the power of the bike. I did not pick up on the bars whatsoever, so she just... Yeah, so definitely a very torquey bike. Let's take it off-road real quick. So taking it off-road here, wet grass. The tires are really grippy. Suspension feels good, going through a bunch of potholes. Power feels good through the turns. Yeah, pretty good. Let's try jumping it real quick. It's not gonna get too much air, but just to try it, see what happens. Oh, I got a little too close to this tree and it scared me. Let me try that again. Yeah, the suspension is fantastic on this bike. Really well balanced. All right, coming in hot. So yeah, they're 2-finger brakes. That's okay. They work really good when you use 2 fingers. That being said, they are DOT, so it'd probably be really easy to find a master to swap out for these for really inexpensive on Amazon that would change the brake feel entirely. So now let's try stunting this thing. So 2-finger brakes, don't really know how much I trust them, but they do work. So there's that. I wouldn't say they're the best brakes in the world, but you could probably just upgrade the master and be okay. Let's see if I can do a knee knock on this thing. Yeah, it's doable. I definitely need more room with this thing. Yeah, so I mean, it's stuntable. Dare I try a seat stander? I don't know. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay. Oh, it's just scary at first. But yeah, very smooth, very consistent bike. The tune down low feels a little weird, but relatively overall pretty smooth. And a wheelie's pretty dang good. Oh, definitely not as clean as the first time I did it, but I'll take it. Ooh, I can get that.
So let's recap the specs. The H3 mini electric dirt bike runs on a 48-volt, 23-amp-hour battery paired with a 3,500-watt peak mid-drive motor and a direct chain drive. It tops out over 30 miles per hour and includes a full twist throttle, 3 power modes, and a left-mounted LCD display. You also get a headlight, tail light, and turn signals with a hazard switch for extra visibility. The bike uses moto-style hydraulic disc brakes and a classic dirt bike saddle with front and rear fenders to keep debris off the frame. For comfort and control, the H3 uses a front suspension fork and rear mono shock along with 14-inch front and 12-inch rear off-road tires. At 125 pounds, it has a solid, planted feel for a mini electric dirt bike. Overall, it's a compact setup designed for light trails and some street riding.
Pour it up the hill here and see what happens. Yeah, you know, took that hill no problem. Off-road. No problem riding with some speed, carrying through the turns, through the leaves. Yeah. Oh, gotta slow down, getting beeped at. Through these potholes, no problem. Now let's go down. Yeah, super smooth. Let's go up this way now. Hopefully it don't hit the tree branch. And we'll see how it does up the big hill climb. So this is like a really steep hill. We're gonna try and go up the steepest part. Gonna get a run in. Oh yeah, she had it, no problem. Definitely not fast, but you don't need to go fast if you make it. So yeah, definitely like an actually capable off-road like machine. You could actually take it through some trails. You know, maybe not up a mountain, but you know, if you hit a couple of hills, you're not going to be stuck waiting for your friends at the bottom of it. So, that being said, I mean, what more could you really want from something like this? It's a lot of fun to ride. First impressions on this thing. The suspension overall is really good. The brakes, although are not the best, at least they're upgradable. A lot of these parts I'm looking at right now, you can get them off Amazon, the ones that are going to need to be replaced frequently. I really like how they put some good quality tires on there. They are a lot higher quality than some of the tires that you get on these bikes. You can just tell taking it through the grass. Power delivery wise, it's a little weird to get used to in comparison to some of the bikes that I ride, like Sur-Ron and like some of the Far Driver bikes that we've been reviewing lately. They're a little bit more smooth and down low, but it feels the same once you get going. So, which is good for when you need to pop up the front tire. I like that they give you a little plate holder down here and it's metal. It's like actually really good construction. It's not flimsy, it's not plastic. I like that it's direct driven, but it also again has its ups and downs. With the Sur-Ron, you have the jack shaft or the reduction shaft. It allows you to play with the gear ratios a bit more, but you still have some options for this. You could go to a bigger front sprocket or a smaller front sprocket for more speed, or you could also change the rear sprocket. It looks like it's just a 4-bolt. Yeah, it's just a typical 4-bolt moto style sprocket. So those are easy enough to source and find. But yeah, the suspension overall, like the rear shock is really stiff, which is good. It just means that you have tons of room to grow. And I didn't even bottom it out on that little jump over there, and I'm about 150 pounds. The front shocks were a little soft. I was gonna see, it doesn't appear to be anywhere where you can add air to them or anything. They must just be like spring. One thing that I wish that more bikes came with are hazard lights. I know it seems dumb, but how many times I've been like broke down with my bike and it's like hard to move it and I'm kind of in the way of traffic, and just having some hazards to like let people know, hey, I'm broke down, go around me, would be really nice. And it's just as simple as adding a little button. All your lighting and horn controls and all that kind of stuff, it's already here anyway. Why not just add one more button for safety? And comparing it to some other bikes in its class, it's on the affordable side. So that being said, that leaves you room to put your own special touch on it, which I think every person loves that.
So here's what we like. The H3 has decent power off the line and is easy to lift into a wheelie. It has a suspension setup that keeps the ride smooth and comfortable, and the integrated signal lights are a nice touch for extra visibility. But here's some things to consider. The 48 volts might feel underwhelming for more experienced riders. The controller tune could be smoother at lower speeds. And if you're on the taller side, the compact frame may feel a bit cramped. So what do you think of the H3 Mini Electric Dirt Bike? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.